Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to this Bulls Update. My name is Paul Peck, and we're joined by one of our favorite characters here on campus. That's wrestling coach John Stutzman. It is your time of the year now, John. Your season is underway. Really diving into it this coming weekend, so it's a good chance for us to get a feel for where your team is at. And let's start by what the experts are saying your team is going to be, which is picked to finish 6th in the MAC. That's the highest ranking your guys have had in a long time. What was your reaction when you saw that, and what are your expectations for this year?
Well, my expectations are I want to, of course, climb that ladder. But it's good to be noticed, you know, and we have one guy ranked #1 in the MAC right now, Jake Gunning. So those things are positives, but ultimately at the end of the day, we want to compete for a MAC championship.
As we've talked about over the years past, it's been a growing process. You've relied on a lot of young performers, young wrestlers who are now not so young anymore. You're getting to the point where you have a veteran squad. Do you feel like because of that, you're ready to kind of take that next big step?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the other day I counted, we had 5 seniors on a road trip for the first time in probably 4 or 5 years. So it felt really good just to have some experience.
Right. Well, that road trip took you to Albany for the season-opening Journeyman Classic. Some of your guys came up with big wins over wrestlers from places like Wisconsin, Minnesota, Ohio State. Good way to get things started. Good way to get a first feel for what your squad's about.
Oh, it was great. You know, we matched up with Minnesota 3 different times throughout the tournament. Went 3-0 against those guys, and they're a perennial top 15 team in the country. So that was a big test for us, and so we're excited.
Are things falling into place for you preseason-wise? I know you spent the whole offseason thinking about getting going, thinking about what your lineups were going to look like, what your wrestlers were going to do, at least early on, or you feel like things are right there?
I think so, but this is probably I'm very unsure about our lineup because I think we have a lot of good kids just kind of nipping at the buds and trying to get in there. So we're gonna play by ear first semester and kind of, you know, see what we have.
All right, what are you going to learn about your team this weekend when you go to always a tough place in Cornell to get things started with your first dual meet of the year?
Well, we're gonna figure out real quick how good we are. You know, Cornell's ranked top 10 in the country in every major poll. You know, they got 7 guys ranked in the country, and so I'm excited to see where we're at. I'm excited to see if we compete.
A couple of individuals I want to talk to you a little bit about. And these are some familiar names to Bulls wrestling fans. Talk a little bit about Cole Cotton, Brian Lantry, and Brett Perry.
Well, I'll just start off saying all 3 of those guys beat some really good opponents over the weekend. They beat Brian Lantry, beat a Wisconsin kid and a UNC kid, which are always good wins for him. And then Colt beat a guy from the University of Minnesota, who's one of the top-ranked kids in the country coming out in high school. Colt beat him in overtime. And then Brett Perry beat one of the Minnesota starter, who was one of the top kids in the country coming out in high school also. So those guys did an unbelievable job.
How about some of the youngsters, maybe the new names that we're going to hear more about moving forward?
Well, you know, I think Derek Span's really coming on. You know, he wrestled in his first open tournament a couple weeks ago and won it. I think he's coming on. I think he's going to be another solid 125-pounder. I'm kind of loading up down there, so to speak. And Nolan Terrence went 3-0. He's a redshirt freshman. He went 3-0 this past weekend. So he's doing a great job, and he's battling with Jake Gunning. So we're just moving forward and trying to get better.
What do you want to accomplish over the next couple of weeks here before you really get into the MAC, into the meat of the MAC schedule?
I just want to solidify our lineup. I want to stay healthy and just progress daily. And I'm more low-key now than I ever have been, just based on...
Wait, what? Huh? What? Excuse me?
I think we got some
That's never been a word used in a sentence with either from you or with you as low-key.
I backed down on my Red Bull a little bit, and no, I think we got some good kids in the program that are working really hard, so I can kind of take a step back and let these guys do their jobs.
All right, well, there you go. That's the low-key wrestling coach from the University of Buffalo, John Stutzman. Pretty soon, in future Bulls updates, we're going to be whispering because it'll be so quiet and low-key, won't it?
Let's not get carried away.
Good luck at Cornell, and we'll check in with you in the next coming weeks to find out how things are moving along with John's wrestling team. We thank him for joining us on this week's Bulls Update.
Thank you.